Hello everybody, hope you're having another blessed day. In today's video, I just wanted to finish up what I like to call the Dark Warrior Trilogy. Now, what I mean by the Dark Warrior Trilogy is that I define Dark Warrior based decks into three categories. The first one, and what I'll say is what my opinion I think is the best and the most consistent, is Dark Warrior Kali Yuga. As you see in all of my videos, that's what I like to play the most with. The next version, and what is probably the most well-known Dark Warriors, is Dark Warrior FTKs. Now, I'll say, if you know anything about Dark Warriors, you should definitely know that Dark Warriors are no strangers producing multiples, and upon multiples of different FTK strategies. I even showed one recently in the video, made by Decatron, that was an FTK with Dark Warriors. And also, there's a bunch of cards on the ban list that you can look back upon and can see why they got banned all from Dark Warrior-based strategies. And then the last one of the trilogy, and what I'll be showing you in today's video, is Dark Warrior combos. Now, Dark Warrior combo is something very special and fun, because basically you can take this any different way you want. And I'll say it's probably the most enjoyable because it can be the most creative. You can go from making decks that make tons and what you call infinite negates, because I made some that had up to 10 plus negates before. Or you could be like I'm doing in this video and try to make it in the game state for your opponent that they cannot play Yu-Gi-Oh! With you. And that's what I'm trying to do with today's deck. Now, I'm going to say before I get into the video that I'm playing a 40 card variant. That's my favorite way of playing decks. I like to play 40 cards, which is the minimum. But I will say with today's deck, the best way to probably play it is going to be a 60 card variant. Now, this is something I don't usually do. But if you would like me to make a 60 card variant of this deck, leave it as a comment down below and I'll definitely make it and post it in a future video. Now, why I say this is the most consistent is because you play a lot of bricks in this deck. Okay, as compared to like Dark Warrior Kali Yuga, there's a lot less bricks in the deck. Okay. And you could say, well, what about drawing Call by the Grave? But honestly, drawing a free of and out of a 40 card deck, it's really not that much better than drawing a free of in a 60 card variant deck. It's percentage wise, it's better, but most of the time you're not going to draw Call by the Grave, and we're not playing any other cards that we really need to draw into. So yeah, a 60 card variant would probably be better, but for those out there who are always curious about 40 card variants of decks, this is a video for you. Now, with that in mind, let me tell you and kind of explain what I have in this deck. So the first 12 cards are cards I usually always play in my Dark Warrior variants. That's going to be free junk forward, because this is, I will say, if not the best extender in a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And definitely for Warriors, because it can either be normal summon and is always lied to be special summon at the start of return. The next one is Neo Space Connector, and I'll say, in my opinion, this is the best normal summon in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because not only can it get you into one card combos for your full combo in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh!, this also lets you see what kind of hand your opponent's playing by special summon Aqua Dolphin, and even take out hand traps your opponents are playing, which helps you make sure your combo can go full steam ahead. In this Neo Space Connector, we have Aqua Dolphin, same reason with that one. And then I have free Photon Thrashers, and I'll say this can be replaced with any free Warrior Extender. You can see a little bit on the video that I have a Butter Spy, and this can be replaced with free Butter Spy if you want to. I just like Photon Thrasher because it helps me get rid of cards like Expected Border. But you can always swap those cards out for such as like Omega Red. That is just up to you. Next is Armageddon Knight, playing Dark Warriors. The one Ash Blossom, which is not there for what you may think, this is actually just taking a place because I need a level 3 tuner in my deck. And since I said previously this is basically just a fun, mess around based deck, I decided to throw an Ash Blossom for the troll. Next, I have Sephiroth Elite for the combo. Butter Spy, because I just want to have an extra extender. You can literally play just any card you want. Cyberstein, because this is one of the two cards I think are the name state for Dark Warrior combos. One Dark Grepher. One Corruptor Ibli. Now, I'll pick this card because one, every place where it gives me the extra negate for my opponent, helps us stop the whole game state for him. But this can be replaced with literally any level 2 monster for this combo. One Brotar, which is really important. One Flag Spreader. Rescue Ferret, which is also what Cyrus now say is kind of like the name forefront of Dark Warrior combos nowadays. We got the Summon a Monk, which is basically how you summon Rescue Ferret. And then the Vion Cube. Now for spells, we play free Call by the Grave, free Telekinetic Charge and Cell, 2 DDR, 1 Divine Sword, 1 Horny Unicorn, 1 Mirror Shield, 1 Reinforcement Armament of the Army, not Armament, 1 Sword Deep Seated, and then 3 Shade Brigandine, which is also a really good work spender. And I'll put this a little bit behind Junk Forward, but I'll say this is definitely better than Photon Thrasher. Then for my extra deck, I play 2 Blaze Phoenix. Now, this can be replaced with any level 8 fusion monster. The reason why I picked these two is because it also let me get an extra burn on my opponent, which will help me do and get myself to game later. Next is Exterior, which I will say is my favorite fusion monsters, because I started playing this in like an Orcus combo Dark World based variant back when Sky Striker was the best deck. And getting this card out against Sky Striker is the most glorious thing imaginable. It is nothing better than getting this card by itself out in the field and watching your opponent mill the whole entire 6-card hand to the grave as you negate them all. Nothing beats that. Then I have one of the Last Warrior. This is how I kind of get to the whole no game state for my opponent. One blocker, one high Fibrex, one Pisty, because for this combo, I actually do not need LP, which it was like a couple months ago when everyone was talking about LP getting banned and a lot of common decks were worried. I was not, because I do not need LP for this combo, and I'll show you how I use Pisty instead of LP in this combo later in the video. One Isolde, one Refridocious, one Skull Dread, one Triple Burst Dragon, one Palatour Dragon, one Signal Warrior. Now, Signal Warrior is just here to be a level 7 Light Warrior. Now, there's another level 7 Light Warrior that comes to mind for me, and that is Lightning Warrior. And I actually had this in the deck beforehand, and actually had the whole combo made in a video. However, when I went to go through the replay and record a replay for you guys to enjoy, some reason, Dornbook popped up an error and said it did not register Lightning Warrior and completely crashed my whole recording. This is actually my third time trying to make this video, because some reason Dornbook hates Lightning Warrior. So hopefully if this recording, it does not hate Signal Warrior and I can show you the combo. If not, well, you're never going to see this video. So if you're seeing this video right now, it must have worked. So yeah, there's the whole Phantom Delight level 7 Warrior. Then a Dingarisu, which is really important for the combo. And then finally, number 60, Duggeris. So that is my 40 card variant of this Dark Warrior combo to stop my opponent from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In a really funny, at least in my opinion, way. And with that, let's get into the combo. Alright, so now to start the combo, the first thing you need to do is basically get any 2 warriors on the board to make your Isolde. And that's basically basically every Dark Warrior variant. And that's exactly what we got in this deck. We actually got 3 ways, or 3 warriors we can get out. We always get out Shade Brigadine. But to start out this video, we're going to special summon out first Frontal Thrasher, and then there's normal summon out Junk Forward. And this is how we're going to get into Isolde. Now, Isolde's full spec doesn't really matter. We're just going to add any warrior, and that's going to be Frontal Thrasher, because we don't really need it. And then if Isolde, send our 4 equip spells. And since this is mandatory, Chain Link 1 is going to be Sword of Deep Seated, and Chain Link 2 is going to be Armageddon Knight. Since you cannot block with that, but it's still good to add it back to your deck. So, after that, it goes back to my deck, and we're going to send now Plague Spreader. Now, Plague Spreader was really good for Plague Spreader for this combo, so that it helps you shuffle back your bricks. And also, just to kind of show you what I mean, Cyberstein Drawing is not really a brick if you can still get 2 warriors, but I'm just going to shuffle it back to show you how you can add it to your hand and then special summon it. So there's our Plague Spreader, and now we'll do the whole regular combo. So now we're going to make Needle Fiber. We're now going to go into Violent Cube. And now instead of going to our Dawn Dragster, we're going to go into Signal Warrior. Since we could also go into Lightning Warrior, but we just need a light level 7 warrior. Okay. And since we use a light monster, we get DDR. And then we just do the regular play. Now fast forward this a little bit for you guys. Okay, I don't want to go too fast, but yeah, you notice, if you watch my video, it's basically there's a ton of ways to end up with basically, well, so there's Delete and Armageddon back on the field with a Dark Warrior pitch to the grave. So you can slow it down if you want, but I'm just going to skip through this to kind of save time. So there's that, and now instead of sitting like we've been sitting forever, we've just been sitting, I think it was Cloak, I believe? Cloak to add our Phantom Knight rank up. But for this combo now, we're going to be sending Summon a Monk. Alright. So from here, we're now going to overlay into number 60 Duggeris. Now, before we go any farther this combo, something really important, because one, at this point you should know, I'm going to attach 2 to special summon a monk, but you need to make sure you keep this spot or this spot open. Summon a monk has to go to one of these 2 spots. If you accidentally put summon a monk anywhere underneath or to the sides of your Link monster, you're going to mess up your combo, and it's going to be game over for you. So keep that in mind. That is a point you can actually mess up your combo. So make sure you put it in the right space. So yeah, let's attach 2, get Summon Among to our open spot. And now I can banish, this is something really good, I can banish my last 2 warriors to add DDR. Not DDR, but Divine Sword. And then use, whoop, I clicked the wrong button. Get back here, I'm not sending you to the grave. But I'm using this effect now to send now Divine Sword back to the grave. Special summon out Rescue Ferret. And now from here, I'm basically just going to link these out into Skull Dread. Now, if you had an extra extender like I did with Phantom Knight Shade Brigandine, you could just play Shade Knight Brigandine and get the whole 4 materials effect of Skull Dread. But that is not necessary. You need to at least have 3 monsters because you do need to use that special summon from your hand effect. Now, from here, we're not going to use Rescue Ferret and special summon out our 3 monsters. Now, before we any further, you need to make sure you special summon out Omni Dragon Brotar to the far left zone pointing from Skull Dread. Okay, to edit 2 cards like Ash Blossom or your level 3 tuner or your level 2 monster, does not matter where these 2 spots are in. Brotar just has to be in this one spot. Okay, and technically I guess you could put him in the middle spot, but it's best if you put him right here. Alright, so we're now going to use the Summon Among, which is why we kept it, to go into Palistro Dragon. And Palistro Dragon space is going to add our Charging Cell. Now we're going to link those 2 monsters away to go into Barricade Board Blocker. And basically this needs to be any link to Dark Machine monster. And also since we did send Ibly to the grave, it now goes to opponent and locks him into only Link Summon and using Link Summons right now. So that's really good. We just turned down basically Super Poly. Okay, now we're going to send Brotar to the grave to get Pisty. Pisty can now activate to revive the Brotar. And we'll do this card random card to target now Barricade Blocker to add Cyberstein. Now we're going to link all 3 of these monsters out to get to Triple Burst Dragon. Now this can also be any, well, I guess level 3 or 4 dragon monster, because that's just how we get rid of the whole lock-in with the dragons from Pisty. But just make sure you do not put it underneath Skull Dread, because you need to special summon Cyberstein underneath where Skull Dread is, or at least underneath wherever your link monster is. So special summon out Cyberstein, link our last 2 links away to get Never Ferdocious, and change Cyberstein to a Psychic, so you can now equip Charging Cell. And now we get the fun part. Because it's basically Charging Cell, it doesn't cost any life points to activate its effect, and its effect is not once per turn. So the first thing you're going to do is special summon out our first 3 fusions. We're not going to special out the last one, the last warrior. We need to special summon out these first. So already we turn off spells and traps for our opponents. And now since we got Blazing Phoenix, what you would do next is basically activate those effects to do your opponent some really good damage. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it is. See, it's because cards on the field correct. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 21 from each. You're doing 4,200 damage already. And you can even set these cards to additional damage. You could technically do almost 6,000 damage. This is really nice. But that's not what our combo is with FTK. We're now going to overlay these before we get a last one out into Dingarisu. Now you can use Cyberstein again to get out the last warrior. The last warrior has the effect that when you summon, destroy your cards. But since I have Dingarisu, I can detach 1. And now my cards are not destroyed. So my end board is basically, I have my card effects protection. I have exterior to stop all spells and traps. I have the last warrior, so my opponent cannot summon anything, period, while he's on the field. And also I have Corrupted Ibly. If he somehow does get out my last warrior from Devil Dimension, like Dark Warriors No More is really the only thing you can play against this board. This still locks him into Link Summon only. So this is really good. Alright, so yeah, that is the combo, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like on the video, and subscribe to my channel already if you haven't already, because that just supports me and helps me make more content and more videos for you to enjoy out there. Now, like always, like the end of all my videos, I hope the rest of the week is blessed for you, and I hope I see you all in the next video. And I'm out.